Hi viewers, this is Marianne from Revealing Light, Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. I'm back from my couple of days at the coast by the ocean. It was absolutely brilliant. So I can vouch for getting away and chilling. I did do filming and it will take me a little bit to edit the film. And then I'll upload it, so that footage of my travels is coming soon. Now, while I was away, of course, I had my finger on the pulse of the Cassidy Hutchinson's Hutchinson testimony. And of course, there's a big brouhaha about whether or not Trump lunged at the steering wheel. I mean, it's pretty symptomatic, isn't it, that that's what they're focusing on? Why are they focusing on that? To deter people from looking at the real evidence bombshell that he waved away, wanted to get rid of the detectors to allow weapons into that rally. Why is he relying on the Secret Service to testify and basically cast doubt on Cassidy's testimony? Well, could it be that the Secret Service assigned to him, Tony Ornato, this is for entertainment purposes only, and Agent Engels are compromised? I don't know. Tony was made Deputy Chief of Staff of Operations, which is really odd. Really odd. This isn't the first time questions have been raised about Trump's Secret Service detail and where their loyalty and allegiance lay. All right, let's, before we get started with questions, let's take a look at just a couple of cards for the underlying energy at the time that you're watching this that may be relevant to you. Of course, on the other side of the world, or part of the world, in Europe, we have the NATO gathering and also gathering of the Indo-Pacific Quad or Four. So my Prime Minister is there as well. It's presenting with a very, very encouraging united front against Russia and China as well. All right, so let's take a look at the overarching energies. So we have here jeweled web and connectivity. It's hard to imagine that all this is connected, but it absolutely is. While I was away, I was thinking in the US, you basically have the party that is seeking to break democracy and overturn laws. And then you have the party that is seeking to fight, preserve democracy and preserve the rule of law. It really is as simple as that. In Russia, in Ukraine, we have a country, dictatorship, seeking to consume another country and remove their sovereignty. Again, war crimes being committed by Russia. Terrible war crimes, I might add. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. And then you have the West fighting for the rule of law. So, jeweled web, connectivity. This is, the world's always battling. We always have the battle between good and evil, as some people describe it. But it really is the battle between the self-interest of a few trying to consume the majority. The empty well, time to replenish. I go to the image that I got when Roe was overturned and women's reproductive rights were overturned. We have time to replenish, the stone at the end of the well, blocking the well. And the stone, of course, is the stone of oppression, needing to be raised out of the well to allow the water to flow back in. Empty well. connectivity, time to replenish. And we have falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. I find this card very indicative of what's going on in the US. As I said, a party that is seeking to overturn democracy and the rule of law versus a party that is fighting desperately to maintain it. Spiritual narcolepsy. How did the US get here? How did Russians get here? Those that are going into Ukraine. I read a story that nearly brought me to tears. Many stories in Ukraine. But in those occupied regions, they are trying to get, obviously, Ukrainians to give up their passports and take on Russian citizenship. An elderly lady in her 70s refused, and the Russian soldiers, or the Russian-backed separatists, broke her spine. She was able to flee. Obviously, there was a fracture there. Flee and get away from them with her Ukrainian passport into free Ukraine. And surgeons operated and she was able to walk again. But what sort of energy allows soldiers, Russians, whether they're sympathisers or whether they're soldiers, to break an elderly woman's spine because she refuses to give up her Ukrainian citizenship? It's the same energy. It's the same energy that allows mass shootings in schools. It's the same energy that allows young girls to die because of their warped beliefs, Christian or otherwise beliefs. Falling angel when the High Court becomes a court of extremists and goes against the rule of the majority. This card keeps coming up, stranger at the base of the pack, curiosity. And I do feel that to me is a kind of a galactic energy or galactic beings watching this unfold. This is a product of our time. It's a very difficult time. And again, COVID is, certainly in my country, in the middle of winter, is becoming a problem again. We just have daily people dying, elderly people, immunocompromised people dying, despite vaccinations and boosting. All right, let's get started with the Secret Service in the US. In particular, Trump's detail, Tony Ornato and Agent Engels. Are these Secret Service agents compromised? Do they pledge their allegiance not to their country but to Trump? Are these agents compromised? So we have the Six of Wands. We've got victory. It's a yes card. And the Seven of Cups. Illusion, delusion. This came up when I was considering this question before. This can often point to some kind of lie. I remember William Barr said history is written by the winners. And to me, had Trump won the election, Barr would still have been carrying Trump's water. So there's something illusionary here. We have the Three of Coins, which of course is dark money. How did a Secret Service agent become a deputy chief of staff of operations in the Trump government White House? How did that happen? Why is he still even there? Three of Coins. Again, I go to the FBI. What is going on here? Three of Coins. Somebody with a skill, working in teams. Working in teams is at the foundation of this reading. Justice, of course, is in the past. We have the Two of Cups potentially crowning this reading, a commitment, a contract, very close relationship. So those that I haven't got to the end of this, but there is indications here of some kind of illusion, some kind of close relationship. We have the Star here in the immediate future. Even though it is unpalatable to contemplate that the Secret Service agents are signed, not all of them obviously, but you know who I'm talking about in this entertainment reading, there is something here around the loyalty. So it would be a mistake to assume that the Secret Service is all compromised. We have here the Death card in the here and now. This is endings. The Death can be... I noticed that the Sergeant at Arms in the Senate, in your Congress, passed away. What is going on here? It is quite... We have witness intimidation. Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving help. There's something around if you end something... There's monetary, financial help here, and that's the question that I'm particularly interested in, is whether or not, what were they given? The Ace of Cups. Now, some of the money, it is said that Trump raised, is being used for these witnesses, January 6 witnesses' defences. So even that is compromised. Of course, Cassidy Hutchinson pulled away from that, got her own lawyers. Then she testified. The Ace of Cups, okay, in the hopes and fears. You know, wouldn't it be good if justice was done reasonably quickly now and we had this new start? But I think there's a way to go yet. The King of Coins is the outcome card. Of course, that's my card for Trump. It's sitting aside the Two of Cups in answer to this question. These cards for entertainment purposes, double Trump, Gemini card, the Lovers, the relationship with the King of Coins. These some Secret Service agents who are concerned with this particular question, it's almost an inevitability, and this was what my intuitive thought was. This is the way that Trump operates. This is the way he gathers loyalties. These outcome cards. I'm going to bring the laptop lid down. The Devil card is at the base, is the energy here. It's like they are consumed when you see that Seven of Cups, almost in that cult-like relationship here, because that is what Trump does. It's the same thing that got Ginny Thomas in. It's the same thing that got Republicans in. There's an element of cult indicated in these outcome cards, which are for entertainment purposes only. Two of Cups, a relationship with whom? The King of Coins. The Lovers in the cult. Judgment. There is judgment coming. There is an inevitability here. And this toxic chained in some way. Chained. Further indicating the Knight of Cups. This is kind of somebody that literally sweeps you off their feet. I don't think we've heard the last of the Secret Services being agents. Not all of them, because there's that star card there. Not all of them. But we haven't heard the last of the Secret Service being compromised. Now, Cassidy Hutchinson and the January 6th committee would not have brought that evidence forward if there wasn't another witness or somebody there to corroborate what she was saying about him lunging for the steering wheel. They just aren't that stupid. They knew it was going to be controversial, and they would have interviewed Engels and Ornato, or NATO, whatever his name is, Ornato, previously. Let's see. Don't underestimate the desperation of Trump right now. Is Cassidy telling the truth? obviously she is Cassidy Hutchinson's telling the truth about Trump. Okay, now let's do something else. Was Cassidy Hutchinson told about Trump lunging for the steering wheel? The Knight of Swords, is she telling the truth? I think that's my answer. The Four of Wands, the Democrats, reunification, both yes cards. Strength card, the truth, the strength is in her truth. I mean, look at these cards. In the past, the Two of Cups, she was part of the cult cult. She had a relationship in the past by virtue of her job with the Trump White House. The Chariot, it's going to be abundantly clear. Chariot is a method of transport to and from. The SUVs in the sky crowning this reading. The quickness of something. It's going to be really, really interesting because I think the January 6th committee already has the corroboration there and they're going to bring it forward really, really quickly. The Nine of Coins in the outcome. So independence, her position in the past, Nine of Coins, a woman. When I was away, I read on, before I knew Cassidy was appearing, I did a quick spread for my own interest, and I knew it would be a woman up. I didn't know who it would be, but I knew it would be a female. So she is independent of them now. She has everything she needs. All of those cards are such strong yes cards. At the base of the pack, the Two of Swords. This is a huge, huge crossroads for her. Being restricted in the past from what? From telling her story. She's no longer restricted. Okay, so she's absolutely telling the truth. I think that about everything, obviously, but that question was regarding the lunging. And I think the January 6th have that corroboration. So, is Trump paying off people right now to get them to lie in these hearings? Is Trump paying off people right now to get them to lie in these hearings? I mean, this is what he's done in the past. Ten of Swords. So we've got complete and utter downfall. The Seven of Swords, the lie. The big lie. Not good cards for Mr. Trump. The Magician, manipulation, manifestation as the foundational card. The Queen of Coins in the past. Queen of Coins in the past. Well, they're pentacle cards, but I go to a woman. Who's a woman that could have testimony here? The King of Wands. Oh, yeah, okay. He was perhaps paying for Cassidy Hutchinson's defence in the past. She broke away from that defence. What's going on here? Or there may well be another woman. King of Wands in the sky. King of Wands in the sky. The lawmakers. Courage, bravery. In the immediate future, we have the Lovers card. So I'm going to say that paying for the defence is like a bribe, isn't it? But the Lovers card suggests that the cult. I'm going for Thomas. I don't think she's being paid off, but she is so in this reading. Betrayal, breaking of one's heart, and strength. So. Betrayal of oneself. Okay, so let's just go to Thomas because she came up in this reading. So what that reading was saying is that even the money is secondary to the cultish type emotions. Ginny Thomas has said she won't appear. This is for entertainment purposes only. Will she be subpoenaed? Yes or no? Two cards have come out. Victory in the past. The victory card is literally the election for me. And we've got the past card here. What's it? The Foundation, Page of Swords. Having to tell the truth. It's also the spy in the camp. See what's in the past. Three of Cups, celebrations, circles of support. We have the Knight of Wands, movement forward. Will she be subpoenaed? The Knight of Swords. I feel that she will. I feel that she will. But look at the illusion and delusion. You know, the pointing to the cult. She is, she's regretful. She's regretful she's even been embroiled here. Spilt. Cups being spilt. There's one cup. This is her husband as well. Because I feel, I've read on Clarence Thomas before, the full card. I've read on Clarence Thomas. I feel that he will be eventually forced to stand down. And that reading's on my YouTube channel. Just search. Do a search in the search bar. Alright, so I'm being given the point that Spirit is making is that people will act in greed, but key players here, one of their prime motivations, obviously Thomas wasn't there for the money, she was there because of the cult, the illusion being the web, the illusionary smoke that was being, vapours that was being spun by Trump. He's very good at that. We know he's very good at that. Okay, now while I was away, I got a number of emails saying you read years and years ago that a woman would bring Trump down. Let's see if Cassidy is that woman, because we all know it's a foregone conclusion, well, I think anyway, that Mr. Trump will be indicted by the DOJ. So is Cassidy Hutchinson? Let's see. Wow, Eight of Swords. You know, she's fearful right now for her life. And I need to go to that question. Are these witnesses safe? Gosh. Okay. So, is Cassidy Hutchinson the woman that brings Trump down? I'm seeing the Devil card here. Is Cassidy Hutchinson the woman that brings Trump down? The Eight of Wands. Certainly things are quickening up as a result of her testimony. And of course this is really, really being burdened by her testimony. Huge things she's done. Queen of Cups was the original card. That's what I was looking for. This is the foundation of the reading. That was the, you know, she has a secret. She has revealed something. And at great cost, she's done that. And there's that book. It's the only, there's no lid on that cup. It's the only cup that has a lid on it in traditional tarot. This was the card I was looking for. I think there's a good chance that she is. The Empress card. You know, this is my card in the past. This is my card for, well, it is a card for abundance. It is a card for something coming to fruition in time, the season, the harvest being brought in. It's in the past, but it's also my card for Russia. So we're not done with Russia right now. And I know I keep harping on that. I will continue to harp. The whole truth will be eventually known. Page of Swords in the sky. She was the person in the camp that turned on that enclave of Trump that Trump thought he had. The Chariot. Oh yeah, things are quickening up as a result of her testimony. One more. The Six of Coins. So this is the way these witnesses were being paid off. This is also witness tampering. I think you're going to get the DOJ taking this very, very seriously. The past is in the frame here. And strength. The strength of what occurred in the past being brought forward. Who's in whose debt? Who's in whose debt? So I'm going to say yes. Yes, she has been responsible for that Chariot card, a quickening of the process. She gave them what was needed. She gave the DOJ what was needed to charge Trump. So let's see this Chariot card that's making itself known. Let's take a look. Will Trump, does her testimony directly lead, and that of others directly lead to Trump's indictment on January 6 crimes? So the Two of Swords is the crossroads card, and what's around it? The Three of Coins. So again, this is kind of like that dark money here. It's also the card that comes up for an investigation. A woman investigator at the DOJ looking at that evidence. She has a decision to make. The Ace of Swords, the truth. So it's at the foundation of the reading. Her truthfulness, her truthful testimony. I asked, does this lead to an indictment of Trump? The Five of Wands, you know, it's like a breakthrough through that, through those obstacles and challenges, which have been directly put there through the partisan behaviour of the party that seeks to overturn the law. The Moon card in the sky. This is things coming to the surface. Interesting image in that. Things coming to the surface. Things being revealed. The moon is in the sky. Things coming out that needed to come out. We have the King of Coins in the near future. That's my card for Trump. And we've got the Four of Swords, mortally wounded. Let's keep going with this because it might be indicative. I thought August was the month he might get hauled up before through an indictment. Nine of Wands. So retreat, guardrails. The guardrails have long been gone to have allowed this to occur. The Star card is in the hopes and fears. Do not lose hope. The outcome card is Six of Wands. Now, this Six of Wands keeps reappearing. It talks about a victory. It is in the outcome. Does this lead to him being indicted? I think it gives them what they want for an abuse of power. And the Queen of Wands. Cheney, of course, questioned Cassidy. I think she was a big part of Cassidy coming forward in the way that she did. Does this lead to Trump being charged, indicted? He's indicted for an abuse of his power. The King of Wands before the court. The Five of Coins and the Two of Wands. And the Five of Cups. Did you doubt that he would be indicted? I hope you didn't, because I've been telling you for years he will be. Okay. All right. Just want to see, are those witnesses safe? So, okay, I'm not going to go back over the reading. You can put that together. Are these witnesses safe? Are these witnesses safe? I hope the DOJ, because of the witness tampering, will give them protection. Are these witnesses safe? Page of Cups. We've got a surprise here. And we've got Six of Coins. They are already being helped, I feel. Three of Coins again. This is working in teams. Can be dark money here. Can be, it's the one card in the Rider-Waite that talks about unseen money, unseen dark money. But I do feel they're already being helped. The High Priestess in the past. Her Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony is one of the things that puts him in the frame of an indictment. She is the woman that brings him down although that can be a metaphor, can't it? 8 of coins. Apprentice, working hard. I feel that they're already, I think this reading's telling me 9 of coins, yeah. They're already receiving help. I feel, here's the circles of support. They're already receiving some level of protection. There are unseen things going on here. Unseen, it has to be like that. Because this is a huge kind of prosecution. It's like bringing the mafia down. It's like there's so many things here that are being done in secret. Ginny Thomas, still a member of the cult perhaps, but regretful. Regretful, why? Because she's being dragged into this. Why? Because she was a member, or is a member of the cult, was a member of the cult. And suddenly everything gets outed, doesn't it? Suddenly the truth emerges. Suddenly you have people finding their voice. Suddenly you have people flipping. And that isn't the end of that. Someone key flips that was close to Trump. My bet is on, I've said in the past, Giuliani. And possibly even I think possibly, I don't think Eastman will flip. Although he could, it's one of his lawyers that is doing the flipping. I instinctively go to Giuliani. Anyway, we can read on that. Will Mark Meadows, that's who's on the tip of your tongue and mine. Will Mark Meadows flip? Gosh, he has the most to lose, doesn't he, and everything to gain. And that's who I think the other might be. Giuliani and Meadows will eventually flip. Terrible thing, isn't it? Thank you for your support. Thank you for your beautiful donations. Thank you for your comments. Bye for now.